Hey everybody, it's Erin from Erin Makes, and welcome. Let's talk about birthday cards. Now, I host a card swap multiple times throughout the year, and this official card swap is over. But I have so many amazing cards. These ones are all about birthday, and these are from the card swappers. So I'm going to switch the camera around and let's show off all these wonderful birthday cards that came in for the very first card swap of 2026, all with the birthday theme. We're going to go over them, give you tons and tons of inspiration, and let's get started. We'll talk a little bit more about the card swap as we get going, but look at these amazing, super cute cards that you could recreate. Oh my God, these are so adorable. And what I love about all of these cards is that hopefully these give you inspiration to use the scraps that you already have, the supplies you already have at your house, so you could recreate and make these at home. Now, these beautiful cards are from Nell Thames, and they are so, so fun. So these cards already have all of these little flowers like punched out in the center. Now, if you've got like a Cricut or a Scan and Cut or like a Brother or a Silhouette, you can probably put this in and make that as a cut file. But if you've got like one of those old-fashioned punches, you could punch those out. You could die cut those out if you've got a little cut, like a flower die cut. And then she's put the paper behind it. So you get that cute colored paper behind it. Now, I'm guessing this was probably a cut file from an electric cutting machine, like a Cricut. I'm just going to default and call it like a Cricut, but whatever machine you happen to have. And then, because it's got also, you can put a marker or a pen in there. And then it would have that marker or pen mark that goes inside there, which is super cute. And then it would have that marking, but you could do that by hand as well. So you could do like that hash mark. And if you want to make it super perfect, you could put like a ruler down and make it that way. And then it has a happy birthday. So you could use it as a stamp, or you could obviously put that into the machine. I just think that is so cute. Matted on black. And then she's done different colors as the backgrounds. So she's got like a light pink, like a dusty rose. She's got like a Merlot. She's got a beautiful peach, like a bright pink. So she's changed up the backgrounds, but you could also match with the colors of the flowers. So you could do like the green, you could do a purple, you could do the red, you could do the yellow, you could do obviously the pink. So I love this concept. And if you didn't want to do flowers, you could do hearts, you could do stars, you could do flowers, you could do Christmas trees. You could change this card up and have, instead of it being flowers, and then you could change the sentiment. So I love this concept of this card, and it could be taken so many different directions and be like in all different ways. And it looks like Morse code, but with flowers. I just think it's so much fun. I just think it's great and such a cool way of doing the card. And then when you open it up, it has another little fun flower on the inside. It's so cute. And she's popped it up, so it gives a little bit of like this pop element, just a little bit of some foam dots to give it some dimension here. Such a cute, cute card. So those are by Nell. So as I go along, I'm going to be shouting out who all of these wonderful card makers are. This card swap is officially closed. These cards are about to get shuffled around and mailed back to everybody. But we will be doing got to give me a month or two. I got a bunch of deadlines I got to do for a bunch of other stuff. This one's closed, but we will be doing more card swaps throughout the 2026 season. The big one's going to be coming up at Christmas, but we will be doing another one sometime before the Christmas one comes. And I do that one early enough so all the Christmas cards get given back. But if you're interested in joining in the next swap, because this one is officially over, there's a Facebook group. The link is down in the information section. Or you can also join my newsletter, which is where I announce all of them, or watch for the videos that are coming up. I always do announcements on my YouTube channel. Okay, next one up. Here we go. Hopefully this gives you some great, look how cute these are. I love these ones. These are so much fun. Love these, love these, love these. Like there's not a card out there that I don't love. I love getting all these amazing inspirations from these cards. They're so bright, fun, and cheery. Cutie, cutie cupcakes. Now I was a little stumped on these. I truly am. These are by Linda Sinclair. And I love that everybody puts their names on the back. Number one, so I don't give your card back to you by accident. And number two, so I can shout you out on film because I love it. Now, the background of the card, she does a whole bunch of these, and each of them has a different color, first of all. And then second of all, there are like there's like etching to them. So there's like an embossed in the background, and it's got just a little kind of like a stitch kind of embossed. And then the cupcake itself, there's obviously it's not all the same cupcake because we've got candles put in here. Sometimes we have the flags in different sections, and each one of the frosted sections of the cupcake, they're cut. So, and then we've got like the the wrapper of the cupcake also has little separations in it. And obviously we've got different colors. So it's the same cupcake, and like the cherries in different spots, number of candles are in different places. And obviously the colors are different. They're shaded differently. So I'm guessing it's the same cupcake, but then she's colored it differently with markers. So I don't know if this was a file that was die cut out, or it's cut with a Cricut or something, or other cutting machine. I'm not quite sure where that's come from, but I love how she's taken however she's made the cupcake and then colored it differently, added the sprinkles in differently. Some didn't even have sprinkles. I just pulled ones, but the sprinkles are all different fun colors. Cherries are different. I'm thinking like here you can see she has added a little bit of like some color flames on them. The flames are also different. Like I just love the variation to all of these cool cupcakes. They're just so much fun. And then little happy birthdays on here. Sometimes there isn't a little flag in here. Sometimes she's put it down in the corner. So it's just it's so much fun. I think it's really, really cool. All right, so those are by Nell. And then opening it up, it's just nice and plain on the inside. Cute, cute, cute. All right, on to the next one. Making sure my sound, I believe everything is cool. Like I'm looking on here and I'm seeing like nobody's commenting yet. So comment if you're here, say hello, hello, hello. I've seen people jumping in and out, jumping in and out. So I believe we're all good with the sound and everything. Just looking every now and then. So things are wonky. So just checking, just checking. So I think we're all, I'm looking over here because that's where all my stuff is, all my gizmos and whatnot. All right. On back to the next card. These ones are from Sherry McDaniel. I love these. These are so pretty. So this is using a little bit of masking, and I love a masked look to a card. So you can take some tape and you mask it off, and then you take some watercolor, or you take paint, or you take just like watered down paint. And she did purple and green. Love the two colors together. Let it dry, pull the masking off, or you could also just take your ink pads and go tap, 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 and kind of blend it in. And it looks mottled and it looks kind of blurry. And I think the more blurry and kind of like imperfect, the better. And then you pull the tape off, you do a big, beautiful stamp in the middle and just leave it black. Let it be this beautiful kind of like dark, just background. Like it just is this dark silhouette. That's the word I was looking for. And then she's popped a happy birthday. She's added a purple mat in the background to match with the purple, some little gems in the corner, keeping it super simple. You could even do some of them that would have like with the green. So you could modify it a little bit and change it up a tiny bit, which I think is great. And just keeping it easy and just so pretty. I love these. And you could change this up, and you could say if you didn't want to do happy birthday, for instance, if you wanted to say best wishes or with sympathies, there's so many ways you could take this. You could change up the colors of this, and you could do like a Christmas tree stamp, or you could have it be something that would be for, I mean, like without changing the colors at all and keeping everything the same, you could change the sentiment and it could go a ton of different directions. But you could also change the stamp and change some of the colors, and you could go in a lot of different directions for this particular card. So I think that's just a wonderful technique and really, truly beautiful, and can't go wrong with it, because almost like the more messy and kind of blurry it gets, and I love how it's like, it's not even perfect up here. Like I love the imperfectness of these types of cards. I just think they're so much fun. And pick colors that go really well together, or contrasting colors. You can do complementary or completely like opposite sides of the color wheel. You can do tones right next to each other. So you could do warm tones or cool tones, or like, you know, there's no wrong way. And I love it. You can have them have a gap, or you can have them come close together. They're great no matter what. The cupcake card is cute. They're all so beautiful. All right. Here is another set of cards. These ones are from Rhonda Rice. Now, she did a set of cards. There's two parts to this particular card swap. We did Valentine's Day cards. So if you missed the Valentine's Day swap, where we talked about all the Valentine's Day cards, the video is linked, and there's a playlist of all the swaps that we're doing for 2026. So that is the other half. So people had the choice of doing Valentine's Day cards, birthday cards, or you could do a little bit of both. So a lot of people did a little bit of both, which is great. So when I swap the cards back and mail them back to everybody, you're going to probably get a mix of both. Overwhelmingly, most people did Valentine's Day cards, because why not? We haven't done a Valentine's Day swap in a very, very long time. And then, but there are quite a few birthday cards in there as well, because we all can use birthday cards, right? Like there's never a need. There's always a need for a birthday card. Overwhelmingly, my kids are always needing birthday cards for something, and me too. Like we always need a birthday card. So Rhonda had cards in the swap for the Valentine's Day, and she did the same technique for that, but this is her version for the birthday card. But she did them also for Valentine's Day as well. And so she left an explanation to how she did the Valentine's Day ones, as she works for a company that makes paint called Chroma Paint. And she took a embossing folder, and she put paint on the embossing folder, embossed it, and then she took some of the metallic paints and then raised it, and then just kind of hit the highlighted tones. And it just created this really beautiful look of the embossing folder, and then added stickers and some extra gems and stuff. This is another variation to the same thing. So here she did mostly like blue tones, but here's one where she added, so she did an embossing folder that looks like all birthday things. And you can see the undertones of the colors. Mostly she did, you can see the reds, and she had some purples, and there's some greens in there. And then she took a gold paint on top and kind of highlighted the tops, and you can see the gold kind of luster on the top of the embossing folder. But the paint was from underneath. So she painted the paper, ran it through the embossing folder, and then once it came out, she kind of hit the tops of all the pieces that were sticking out so you could see them, and then added some stickers. It's really, really pretty. Kind of gives a whole other zhuzh with just paint in your embossing folders. And it's really, really cool. And then added the matte on the background to kind of highlight the tones of the colors that were in the paints. And it's just fun. There's just so much fun that you can do. And just mixing some of the supplies that you might already have with your paints and your embossing folders, and kind of playing around. And then using your stickers that you already have as well, and playing around with it, or using your die cuts. So cute. So much fun. Those are from Rhonda. All right. Next one up is from Terry Sheldon, and she did a birthday card that is obviously very masculine. So something that you could make or have your kids make with you to give to dad, or to grandpa, or to an uncle, or to, a cousin or something like that, or to a really good friend. And, it's something that obviously screams like, give it to a guy kind of thing, which I think is fun. You could also obviously modify this for Father's Day. So, thinking of Father's Day coming down the line. And so you can take the tie, and you can use this with any scraps of paper you have. She put it on like a bill of lading background, or it could be newspaper, or it could be in like a ledger background paper. And then you just cut out the shapes. There's so many tie shapes out there. And then she put that on a back of like some twine. And so it's like folded over. There's so many templates out there. There's die cuts out there. There's dies, there's cut files, there's all kinds of stuff. And then just a little simple happy birthday at the bottom. So you could say happy Father's Day. You could say happy Grandparents' Day. You could say happy birthday. But it's a fun little masculine card that you could do. Like even as an adult, you could give it to another adult for a birthday card as well. And on the inside, she put some other fun things, very grungy kind of fun, which is just cool. So that is a fun card, kind of going on more the masculine side. And then here she's got a shopping cart. My mother would love this because her happy place is to go browsing and shopping. Like she loves it. She has a blast. So here she has a whole bunch of little shopping bags, and that is such a fun little thing. That is so easy to make. You just take craft cardstock, cut it into a rectangle, take whatever pattern paper you want, mat it down, add a little bow, and then take some twine and lace it over so that's the handle of your bag. Like how cute is that? And then put some tissue behind there, and you have yourself like a little bag. Like how easy is that? And then she's just kind of created the background behind that. But how easy is that to make a little gift bag? Like I never even thought about doing that. That is so stinking smart. And it's a great way to use all of your little pattern papers. And here's one with Elmo, and here's one with flip flops, and so easy. I love that. And this is also from Terry Sheldon. Then she had a little timepiece on the inside. So cute. What a great way to make a bag. And then she had these bees. The bees are so cute. So this is I'm guessing a sticker that was already in existence. So she used the sticker as the focal point, as kind of her launching pad. And then she added the big bright paper. She had some bees and some flower stickers to kind of use that little happy birthday sticker. So because she had this super cute sticker, I'm guessing she used that as a launching point and just kept it simple. And then on the inside, looks like she had some more kind of like bee things that kind of went along with the kit, or she had some other stickers that went along with that, and then just kind of went with it. So, sometimes you just use that as your main, maybe it was a paper piecing thing that she put together, but you use that as your launching point and you just go with it, which I think is so much fun. So all from Terry. All right, next up These ones are from Rosemary Smith. Oh, Rosemary, you're on. Hello, hello. I love this. And here's what I'm guessing, and this is just me, but you probably had this embossing folder in your stash, and she had like, and so she pilled out a whole bunch of fun pattern or like cardstock, and she ran it through because she had a few different colors of the cardstock. I pulled out ones that would work best on camera because the darker colors work better on camera for the embossing folders. But she had a few different colors of these, and you can see this beautiful embossing folder. And then there's also a couple of blues, but look how cute those are. And so all of this is happy birthday, and it's a really fun embossing folder. And then she made cute cupcakes to go on top that matched with the embossing folder and with the colors, and just kept it simple. And I love that. Just letting the embossing folder and the cupcake do all the work for you, and just color coding it and kind of making it very monotone. And that's all you have to do. The background of the embossing folder said everything, and then let the cupcake shine. It is so cute. And so just like in all the detail work in all of the cupcakes, I'm guessing this was a die because it has all of the fun etching on there. It could have been a cut file, but Rosemary, I'm guessing this was probably a die. And on the inside, it says happy birthday to you. But that is such a pretty embossing folder. If you're still on, if you shout out where you got that, were like what the, who made these, I should say, like where you got them from. I'd love to know. And she made a few of these, and they were fun colors. Like you could just keep on going and just go down the rainbow and have a ton of fun with that. But those are really pretty. I love them. I love them. She also made, and these are two very different cards, but they're kind of in the same vein of idea. And what I mean by that is that you have two big florals. They were a die. Got it. Got it. Got it. So here we have a stamp, and here we have a beautiful, beautiful sheet of pattern paper. And again, these are also from Rosemary. So here we have a beautiful stamp that she has colored in. And here we have this gorgeous pattern paper that is florals, and just letting the florals be the main focal point of the card. And this one already says thinking of you, and she's added a little few embellishments. Here she's let the stamp be the main focal point, and then she's colored it in beautifully, and then just matted them both. And here it says to my favorite person, and not overdoing it, just keeping it nice and clean, and just letting the main part be the flowers, and just nice and simple. I have a very bad habit of trying to overdo my cards and put like the kitchen sink on there and overdo it. And I love the cleanness. And sorry, my phone is starting to ring. And just overdoing everything about the card, and just making everything on there, and just making it way, way too much. And I like just all the white space of this. It's just so pretty. And so then opening it up, we have a beautiful happy birthday to you. And then here we have a happy birthday to you here. Just so, so pretty. And then she has another set of fun cards. And I feel like this could go masculine or feminine. She found a really fun paper right here. I love the bikes on here and all the fun little baskets, and just, it's just so cute. I love that. And then she just kept it simple. So here we let the bikes, the paper, do the work for us, which I think is great. And then we have just a note, and she left it off to the side so we don't hide and we don't cover up too much the cute paper. Here just wanted to say, and here we have just a note, and kind of made a little fishtail out of that. And then you open it up, and happy birthday. So that way you're kind of like not giving all of the information away on the front of the card. Like it's forcing you to open it up and go, oh, what is it? Like it's a surprise. What is it? What is it? And then you're, revealing it's a birthday, which is really fun. The cupcake die was a Recollections. Got it. So Recollections would be for Michael's. Very fun. There's a lot. They had some cute stuff for so long. I don't know how much they really still have in, like if they still have a whole lot of stuff in there, so somebody texted, sorry, my phone went off, and now I'm getting a random text from somebody, and I'm like, I don't know who this person is. I don't even recognize the phone number. They're like, where are you? And I'm like, it's somebody, like literally I get this text right now, and I'm looking, I have my phone here just in case I need to, like, and they're like, where are you? I'm at the cafe near the children's hospital. I'm like, I'm not supposed to be meeting anybody. I'm not, like, the number I don't know. Who are you trying to reach? And then I had a missed call. So now I'm like, is this missed call the same person? Like, I don't know. Wrong number, person. I'm sorry. So sorry if my phone went off in the middle of all that. All right, this kitty is just about to crack me up. It is the grumpiest kitty in the world. I have put 3 of them up here. These ones are from Sheila K. Like, it is like, there was a set of grumpy kitties on the last video as well when we did the Valentine's Day, and they were hilarious. Oh my God. The last grumpy kitty was from Unity Stamps. She sent me a link to Unity Stamps, and they had other grumpy stuff. It wasn't just kitties, but there were some other, I think they were all cats, but they were for different things. But the tiara on this kitty was so funny. And it says, "You didn't age, you ascended." I totally did. I have ascended in my stage. But I just love this. I also love this card because I love how she did the background of this card by just ripping up all of her beautiful paper. It's probably paper that she's like, I'm recognizing some Bow Bunny paper in here. She's got cardstock. She's got glitter paper. She's got pattern paper. She's got all kinds of fun stuff in here. I'm digging the Bow Bunny in here. Like, I love my Bow Bunny, but I've just got so much paper in my stash. And what a fun way to make some background paper. And then it's this cool background paper with all these fun textures. Some of them, like, she's started off with having the glitter red in the background, but then it just changes. And like, at first I was like, oh, she did the same thing because I saw red and then I ended with the teal here or with the mint. And then I saw, oh, it's different. But then now as I'm looking, like, it really isn't the same anywhere along the way. So what a great way to kind of change it up and have something different along the way. And then having this contrast of this really grumpy, pissy kitty, which is just the greatest thing in the world. This cat just, it's so much fun. And just a fun little background. But you really have to have kind of a clean stamp and a clean, like, both these stamps have to be nice and simple to do a really fun background like this. You can't have busy stamps, otherwise it's going to get lost in the fuss. So, but it's such a cool card because it really just grabs your attention. And the other part, and this is, I don't know if she meant to do this, but I definitely, because I'm thinking ascend. And so I'm thinking like ascend levels. And so as I'm thinking, I'm like levels of colors on here. Like I'm going all into like dimensions of cards. I don't know. That's where my mind went. So, but cute. And then it says, another year older and still ruling the kingdom. So fun. Could be layers of rocks too, if you want to think about it. You know, like you've dug into something and you've got layers of rocks. You've got your sedimentary. No, just kidding. But it's just fun. I love how there's so many different ways of doing things. And then speaking of ways of using up your stash, this was another really cool way of somebody using up their stash. And I was just on, like, I do all these wonderful summits and I do these cool events where we do like summits. And the one I just did was one like using up your stash. And it was with Justine Hovey and Laurel Beard. And it was using all the supplies that you had at home, like that you already have. Don't go out and buy anything new. Use what you have. And I was on a panel and we were asked questions. It was just like morning coffee chat kind of questions. And so we had like all these. First of all, we started off with questions that Justine had for us, and it was that panel and all of our live stuff was all for people that had paid for the VIP pass. So if you were a part of that summit, that was amazing that you joined it. I've got lots of future summits that I do that are for sublimation, for card making, for mixed media. I've got lots of cool things coming down the line. I have my Makers Retreat that's coming up later this year. These are all virtual events, so anybody in the world can join. There's free passes, so you can upgrade to the VIP where you get lots of cool things and extra classes and bonuses and live events and, you know, like extra things that kind of go on top of it. Anyway, one of the questions that somebody was asking was, how do you use ribbon on cards? And all of us were like, you know, because for a time, like pretty much mostly what people use ribbon for is like maybe if you want to do a strip or if you want to add a tiny bow. That's mostly how I've seen ribbon used on cards, is for like a singular line. Or like, for instance, just to kind of give an example, like a little bow like there, or maybe I'm looking to see, oh, like here's one, like a singular strip, just like that with like the ribbon. But this is taking it to another level. So I'm going to show that. And then I'm going to talk about a fun event coming up. I can't give the link yet, but I'll explain that one in a minute. Anyway, so here I was like, oh my gosh, because and there goes my phone again. Apparently, everybody wants to call me right now. Things happen when you're live, right? This is why I put my phone right here so I can turn it off. I should put it on silent, but just in case my kids need to get a hold of me, this is why I also leave it on. So every one of these panels right here is ribbon. And I actually did a video, so I'm going to flip it back around, about how to organize the stash that you have and how to keep a system to how to organize stuff. And the one tub I pulled, because I have a warehouse, I have a room / warehouse back here, because I do work with lots of companies and I hold events and I make, kits and all kinds of stuff. And so I was showing people how I have to maintain and keep and organize a lot of supplies. And this is a system I need to use for myself because I forget half the crap I have, even behind me and up above and down below and behind the camera in that room. So I'm making myself a organization and a spreadsheet that is perpetual. So if I pull things out of it or if I add things to it, I can amend it and I can open it up on my computer and I can see it if I'm out somewhere. And it's a spreadsheet that's on Google Spreadsheets and I can see it from my phone. So I made a whole video and you guys can check that out. It's on it just went up like about 10 days ago. And it's all about how to organize and maintain and organize your stash, but it's also about maintaining and categorizing the supplies that you have, no matter what size. Like if you have tubs, if you have drawers, if you've got little tiny organizers, how my method for using it and how to anyway. But the tub that I pulled was all about ribbon. And just how much ribbon I have. I realized I have so much ribbon, and I don't, because I used to work with a ribbon company, and I was sent oodles and oodles and oodles of ribbon, so much ribbon, and I could totally use this card. But you could use this method with paper, but this is all ribbon, and this is all like gross grain ribbon, and it's so cool. So I really digressed on that whole. I really went off on a tangent there. I'm so sorry. But every single one of these layers is ribbon. And so what a fun way, if you do have ribbon and you're just like, I want to use my ribbon stash, this is a great way to use that. So she just went in and sorry, I'm going to put this on here. That stamp is a little bit, Betsy Weatherhead, cool stamp, by the way. I love that stamp. And so she went in and put all these beautiful layers of ribbon on here. Some of them are glittery. We've got gross grain ribbons. She does have a couple in here. This one is a satin ribbon, but most of them are gross grain ribbons or the glitter. I'm trying to see, did she put, no, this one is a glitter that's embedded within the gross grain right there, which I think is fun. If there was not anything written on the ribbon, she added a happy birthday. So she die cut out a happy birthday and placed it up at the top. But if there was a ribbon that had a happy birthday, like right here and right here, then she just added balloons in the corner. Look how fun that is. Like just how easy that is. Like there's so many fun ways that you can use ribbon, and look how fun and colorful that is. How fun can you get? That is such a cool way to do that. And there's just so many ways that you can use up your stash. And here's just one other method. And then she had fun die cutting out really cool balloons that matched with the colors of the ribbons that she had, and just making cool cards. And then on the inside, just keeping it simple. You deserve the best day ever. And she just used glue to glue these down. Like you could tell, because then she put a balloon on the inside. So just so much fun. And she made big giant balloon on the inside. So she's also using up her cardstock stash too, which I think is great. I'm a firm believer of using up your stash because at least I do. I have so much. Sorry, there we go. There's another one. So she did an amazing job of using up her stash on these cards. And I feel like that is a big win when you use your stash. Win, win, win. Okay. Cute cards. Very, very different vibe. These ones are from Teresa Green. A completely different aesthetic when you look at it in terms of color. And like here we have cutesy, fun teal, and then here we have grungy green, masculine, kind of more feminine-y colors, but the design is exactly the same. How the card opens is identical. Well, almost. This one goes up, this one goes to the side, but it's the little card on top of the big card. So here we have a flat base. Here we have a flat base, and then you have a mini card on top. This mini card folds up. This mini card folds to the side, but it's basically a mini card on top of a flat base. So it's still an A2 size card, which is one of the qualifications for my card swaps. So we don't have to waste extra money on shipping envelopes back and forth because we're all shipping A2 size cards, which makes life easy. And then she made a little tiny card. So here we have a golfer, perfect for my father. like they live on golf courses. That's what they do every day of their life is golf, if they can, unless the weather's crappy. And then she has this beautiful like diamond background paper with the golfer. I love the green, that moss color. Little background here of this crackle paint. And then here it's all in manila, and then open it up, happy birthday. And it's got the green kind of flowing through there. Great masculine card. Here we have a fun, cute card. Here it's all that chevron, and that we have the teal. Perfect. I love the teal. Perfect. And then here we have like the rainbow teals. I love all those colors in there. How old? Then we have the dog that's like, oh my God, how old are you? You've got to be kidding me. That kind of vibe. And then celebrating you. And then she's made it as a little pocket so you could put a little gift card in there, which I think is great. Or a lotto ticket. That is so cute. Probably wouldn't do that for somebody who's under the age of whatever age the lotto tickets are for your state or province, depending on where you live. Or you could put cash in there. And then celebrating you. I have to be careful about that because I do have kids that are still in high school and middle school. So, but it's super cute. I love that one. All right, next one up. We have another fun opening. So here we have, look at the cutie. Okay, are those bunnies or mice? I'm going to go with bunnies because it looks like it's a rounded tail, not a long tail. So I'm going to go with bunnies. Who votes bunny? Who votes mouse? I'm going to go with bunny. And again, this is from Teresa Green. And then the opening on this is pretty fun. You see how it flips? And the stamp is perfect because here we have the front of the bunnies. And then as you flip the card over, you said, happy birthday, celebrate. And you see the butts of the bunnies. So I'm going to guess bunny because of the tail, because it's a little fluff ball tail. That's what I vote. That's what I'm going to vote for. And then here's where you can write. That's a cool little, and that's not hard. Like that would be an easy card that you could replicate because that's just a cut. And that's pretty fun. And that would still sit if my desk wasn't super slidey, like that could still sit on a mantle. Like that's got a cool little resting spot. That has a pretty cool wow factor. I love cards that have fun openings. And that's a fun opening. And that's cool. If you've got some cool vertical stamps, like this is the perfect stamp. It's like a before and after stamp. It's like a here and then after. That's cool. I got to think about what other stamps I have now. I'd love to know where those little bunnies came from because they're cute. They remind me of like Beatrix Potter. It's not Beatrix Potter, but it has like a nod to. Very cute. I don't even know if my kids know Beatrix Potter. That's kind of sad. I never taught them that, I don't think. I think I have to introduce them to. I'm keeping that one because I like that design. And then you guys know me. You know how I just went goo goo gaga over that thing. So I love fun designs for cards that open up. And here's just another one, how it's super simple because here's your basic card. You take the front panel, you fold it back in half, and then there's how it opens. I believe that is an anteater. So happy birthday to a bona fide antique. Ha ha ha. I love punny cards. That is super cute. A little tail and a little ant sitting on there. Why such the long face? It's just another birthday. That's cute. And then here's a cup of cheer. So here we have, like a long rectangle. Here she's made it more of a square. Cup of cheer right here embossed. I love that she's taken like an ink, like an ink pad over top to let the swirls shine on that embossed front cover and that teal and that brown. So pretty. And then the background paper on the back really matches well with that. And then here's another thing where you could put a gift card. Perfect little spot for that too. Like sometimes you don't know what to do with some of these panels, and that's a perfect little panel for a gift card or some money. Like, cause it's just, normally you would just like, there it is. And you'd open it up and go up. But that's a perfect little spot for that. Like that's a nice little space to put that. Does she do it here? But see here, oh, look, I didn't even catch that. All the little ants crawling around on this card. I missed that the first time around. I didn't even catch. Did you guys catch that? I was so cute with the anteater and I was reading. I missed all the cute little ants she stamped all the way around that card. It's funny, like you missed the elephant in the room, but because the main focus, and then you missed the gorilla walking. Like, you guys ever seen that video where like there's like something happening, like, and then there's a scuffle over there, and like literally there's like a gorilla walking through the room the first time, and you totally missed the gorilla because you're watching the focal point happening over here. That's what just happened to me with that card. I was so focused on the stupid little anteater, the cute anteater. I missed all the ants crawling around the card the first time I saw it. Go figure. So cute. Oh, those are fun. And I love like this color scheme on here. Something about that kind of avocado green with the teal. Those colors just go so well together. Cute, cute, cute. All right. Here's another one. She even said, I included 21 cards, so I get to keep one. Thank you. These are from Kimber. So this one says, spin the wheel on the front for various birthday sayings. How fun. Okay, so this is a very interactive card. So here's my little spin the wheel. So it goes, here's another year, or here's to another year. And then blow out the candles. Spin, spin, spin. You're how old? Spin, spin, spin. Make a wish. Spin, 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 and then here's from the year. Very fun. And so you just keep spinning. And so she's got a little dial in here. She's got all the fun little candles, little birthday balloons up top. She made a whole bunch of these. They're all exactly the same. So cute. And then happy birthday on the inside. So a little fun dial. So adorable. I love those. All right. Here is another set. So these ones I pulled just because who made these ones? These are ones from Kathleen McDowell. And she let the paper do the work. So she found these gorgeous backgrounds. Look how beautiful these backgrounds are. They're so, so pretty. And she did not she let the paper do all the work. Why mess with this such gorgeous background paper? Like, just let it shine, let it do everything, because there's no need to mess with cool background paper. And then on the inside, just keeping it simple, wishing you the happiest birthday ever. A little, stamp in there. I think it's a sticker. That's just a really pretty sticker. And on here too, a little sticker kind of goes with the beautiful paper in there. Celebrate today, keeping it easy, wishing you the happiest birthday ever. I mean, there's no reason that you can't find beautiful paper and then just turn that into the front of your card. I think it's great. Somebody put a lot of effort to making that gorgeous paper. Now, unless it was made by like AI and it's got like some crazy like leg coming out of it, then, maybe don't use that. But all right. Another variation, whoops, if it's not upside down, which is, again, beautiful background paper with the daisies. And then she's modified it. So love the background paper, but she's added a little something, something to it, which is the honeycomb with the bees, which I think is like amplifying it. So we're not covering up the paper too much because it's just a bunch of daisies, which I think is great. These ones, there's no way that you would be able to cover that up, because if you did, you'd be missing the peacock. On here, where would you add? Like, you could add a cute little bee here and there, smaller ones, but if you couldn't add the honeycomb, you'd be covering up most of it. But here with the daisies, you can add in all of this and you still get to see that the background is the daisies, which I think is great. And then she has the bees in there, celebrate you today, and then it says birthday wishes, and then she's got a little birthday cake in there. So you still get the vibe of the card. And I love how she's taken like a pattern paper that already exists and then just adding her own little something to it, which I think is really, really fun. And I love those bees. They're so adorable. All right. And then here's another fun one. So she's got it embossed and it says happy birthday in white. Sometimes the whites don't show up on camera. There it is. I have to angle it just so it shows up just perfectly. And then I love this starburst. This has been die cut out of here. I believe this is like a large die. It's this large starburst. And then she's got it in red. And I love the doily in that. That is just so much fun. It's just like so strikingly different. And I love that it's like that pattern paper in there with the red. And then we've got the embossed with a happy birthday. It's just so fun. And then the black contrast of the border on there. Such a neat like contrast the whole thing. It says wishing the happy birthday ever. As also by Kathleen. Very fun. All right, these ones, I didn't want to take these out of the package earlier because she put her name on the package and I didn't want to get the cards messed up and misplaced with who they were from. So these ones were fun because she took the pattern paper. So this is another one where it's a gorgeous pattern paper and she accentuated it with an element. So she just kind of added it to here by just adding a butterfly to her. So here we have all these gorgeous flowers. She found a complimentary sticker that would like add to it and go with that. And these ones are from Annette Reynolds. And then here she found this really cute pattern paper with this little boy under his cute mushroom, but she didn't want to use the entire piece. So she fussy cut around the parts that she wanted, added a complimentary background paper of the dot on the gray, added a happy birthday. So we're just kind of seeing the portion of the pattern paper that she wanted to use, and then matted that all in and black. So you can use pattern papers, either the entirety and then add something to it, or cut out the pieces that you want and then add a background to it. So fun ways to use pattern papers that are already there. And then just keeping it simple. Easy peasy. I'm going to put these over here so I don't forget to put the background on them. And then here, this is a fun one. I think I can get away with keeping this in here. So this one just is using happy birthday. This, I believe, is already on like a little printout. So you can either print these out. I love going into Canva and using some of the fun fonts that are in there, or just going into like Google Docs and playing around with some of the different fonts and then printing it out on just like thick cardstock. And then it looks like she went in with a pen and added this fun thing and then cutting it down. And then just to say, I think she used a color to match, so the color tones would match here, a little dot, and then a fishtail, and then a pattern paper. And I believe she just used her markers. So going in with your markers and adding just fun doodles. I love to doodle. I cannot draw, like, I'm not a sketch person. I can't do giant sketches, but I can doodle. I love to doodle. I love to make like geometric patterns and doodles and stuff. But like, so this is right up my alley to add like fun doodles and things. So I think this is so cool. And just adding layers to cards would be so much fun. And then like keeping simple grays. So all of your main colors, the mints and the pinks would pop on there, or it's so much fun. And then here, again, I don't want to lose her sticker on there. Just going into your Cricut file and cutting out fun happy birthdays in Cricut or Silhouette or Brother. There's so many amazing files out there that are free or that you can download for just like minimal amount of money. There's tons of, like, I have cut files. There's like so many things on Etsy, or there's like Creative Fabrica. There's tons of them where you can get bundles for happy birthday stuff. And then you just cut them all out. And my phone is going nuts today. And so just having fun and cutting out and just doing simple happy birthdays and adding them to a background, but cutting them in fun colors. She added fun flowers in there, just keeping it easy. Nothing says that you have to go crazy and go like nuts. I'm going to pull these ones out and making your cards. Now, here are two where she used like the idea of a cupcake as her focal point, but in two different ways. So these are cut using like, I mean, it's Cricut for lack, because I'm not sure which kind of cut file she has. So here is a paper piecing cupcake, and here's just another fun one. So here's a larger one where she's got layers of a cupcake that she's put on like a tag and on a red to match with the cherry, but it's a large portion of the card. And then here she's got a little small cupcake, and she's made it nice and small, but on the background here of the card, it looks like she had a stamp where she's gone in and created like this fun geometric background. And I think it's kind of cool. It's very modular looking. Reminds me of kind of like a mod 60s kind of vibe, which I think is fun. And then the happy birthday to you is very like Disney-ish kind of thing. And then it's just very, I don't know, like it's two different ways of going around by, you don't have to make your cupcake take up the entire space of your card like it is here. You could also make it small, and here she's attached it inside of a window. So it's not just free floating in the entirety of the card. It's small, it's kind of unattached, it's more free floating, almost like it's like fading away, like it's pulling apart, like going into space, which I think is kind of cool. But that's the entire look of the card with all of the modular pieces are like floating into space. So it's just kind of a different look. And I love both of them. So there's so many ways to make cool cards, and they're just so neat. I love all of the cards. All right, here is another card. This one's happy birthday. Love the brightness of this. I would totally use a card like this when my kids, like when we were in elementary school and we had a birthday that we had to go to. I would have given this to a boy or a girl, just very gender neutral. This would be my go-to kind of a card I would take to one of the kids' birthdays. For any of the kids we would go to, no matter what gender we were going, I'd be, grab it, here we go. Perfect, done. I would have a whole stash of these just ready to go on hand to take to one of those kind of birthday parties, because they'd be perfect. Like, who would not be happy to open up a card like that if I was a mom? And then I would have my kid like write happy birthday to whoever inside of that. I still would probably have a stash of these today. Like, I'd be happy my kids would pick this to take to a 16-year-old's birthday party. Like, it's so just like non-specific, so it's perfect for so much, which I love. It's got lots of bright fun colors. Happy birthday. I love the fun fonts on these. The birthday, all the stars, like it hits every note. It just makes you smile when you see this card. And this is by Gail Lewis. So fun. It's just like, it's like building blocks but cards, but like but the happy or like fun, but they're like swirly. I don't know, it just makes you smile. It's so much fun. I love it. Obviously cut from some sort of like cut file from SVG file. So all the H, I doubt this was like individual. It could have been. I mean, you could probably make it if you wanted to. If you have, you know, alphabets from die cut, like from metal dies, but I'm sure this was cut on a Cricut. But just a fun card. I love how she's also popped the H and the P here are pop dotted up so you could fit it on there. I think it actually works better than trying to make it small and make it line up. I like how she squished it on here, but you can still reach each letter and know that it says happy. It's just so much fun. Makes you smile. Now, I'm going to plug something really fast. You can't get it today, but there's two things I want to talk about real fast. First, I'm going to plug my daughter because I got to plug. I'm a proud mommy. So my daughter's a Girl Scout, and we are in Girl Scout cookie season right now, and she's at school, so she can't plug herself at this moment. She is currently working on a video, so hopefully we can get it done in time before the cookie season is over. She's been very busy because she's also in color guard, winter guard, so she does like the flags. So she's doing that. She did her first competition last weekend. We've also, if you've noticed, my channel's been very crickets lately. My husband just left. He's getting deployed, and we spent as much time with him as possible. So there was a bit of a gap in terms of everything that was happening because we were trying to spend as much family time. So he took time off and took as many days off before he left. And I also took time off of work. I was like, I just am not going to do anything. And I did budget time for this swap as well, where I was like, time off before he leaves. And so he's gone. But so everything just kind of was like on hold for a hot minute, but he's now gone. So we're back in the swing of things. Kind of get my mind off of it. But so with that, we also had to put her Girl Scout cookie video on hold in the meantime. And she had a competition and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, but that video should be coming. But if you would like to support her Girl Scout cookies, or if you would like to order Girl Scout cookies, because maybe you don't have a Girl Scout in your area, if you're interested and if you just want to get some cookies, you want to support my daughter, or you can also donate cookies to the troops. And I can vouch for the fact, because my husband's deployed in the past, that Girl Scout cookies do make it to troops overseas. And I told him, it was like, your one job while you were over there that your daughter and I are asking for is you are going to send us pictures of you in front of Girl Scout cookies while you were there, because I want to see them. So I'm like, you're going to get a crate and you're going to be like, take pictures, selfies. So I want to see it. So if you're interested, here's a picture. I also was like, I am not going to promote cookies unless you take pictures and you kind of tell me, but her cookie link is down in the information section. And so here is a picture of Catherine. There is a new cookie this year. So here's the new box of cookies. She is currently a cadet. She is in 8th grade, and she has earned her bronze award and her silver award. And she's also working towards her gold award. She can't work on it until she's in high school. She is also concurrently in Scouts, and she's about to earn her Eagle Scout award. So she's going to be earning both. Our boys are also in Scouts. My eldest is already an Eagle, and our other son, my daughter and my son we're taking dibs on who's going to earn their Eagle Scout first between the two of them. And they're 2 years apart. My daughter is the younger one, but she is like speedy. And my other one's in football, and he's been a little distracted with football season, and wrestling. He's varsity wrestling as well. So he's been a little busy. Not that she's not either, but anyway. So if you're interested, let me talk about the new cookies for a hot minute. I'm just going to put my cookie mom hat on. So it's called Explore Mores. They're a chocolate sandwich cookie, and in the middle it's a marshmallow toasted almond cream. We brought the cookies home, and I always give fair dibs to my kids. I'm like, go have fun, eat your cookies, and we'll buy the cookies, and and I'll just pay the difference whenever leftover money that we need to have. And just thanks for helping shuffle the cookies from the house to the car, because we have to go. We do cookie booths and all that kind of fun stuff. And so when we first brought these ones home, of course, everybody was very curious about how they tasted. Unfortunately, I'm gluten-free, so I cannot taste them, so I cannot tell you firsthand. But it's like a Rocky Road cookie. They pretty close finished an entire case. A case is 12 boxes. They almost polished off between my husband and my boys and Catherine taking some to share with some of her friends. We almost polished off within just this house, almost 12 boxes of cookies. It was pretty insane. So that is the new cookie, and we've been selling them like hotcakes. They have almost outsold Thin Mints whenever we've gone to cookie booths. Like it's been that popular. So if you're curious and if you'd like to order for my daughter, the link is in her the link for her cookies, and they can be delivered anywhere within the continental USA. So there's a limit to ordering at least 4 boxes of cookies, and they will get shipped to you. And so there you go. Or you can also donate them to the troops. And yes, I can vouch for the fact that they will get to the troops. He has seen them in the past, and he has partaken of the cookies while he's been deployed in the past. And he's Army, in case you're curious. So, all right. Second thing I was going to announce is that I was talking about summits earlier, and there is another summit. I cannot give the link until tomorrow. So if you're watching this on replay, the link will be available afternoon Eastern tomorrow. So the link will be available if you're watching this afternoon tomorrow or on the 5th. But as of right now, I cannot give you the link, but I can tell you about it. It is the Cardmaker Success Summit. It is the spring version. I have a class. This is my card. And I'm going to flip the camera so you can see. So I love to do fun fold cards. So this is the card, and it's this fun little thing. You are going to get all of the print files for the butterfly, the background papers. This is a print for this thanks, but mostly I am showing you how to do this particular card, to do this little insert up here. So all the pieces, and you have enough supplies to do 2 cards, and they're each card. The other one's buried in here. Let's see if I can find it. I grabbed one really quickly before we went live. See if I can, here it is. So here, it's both these cards. I take you step, I had to quickly tape it down so I could get pictures while they were flat, but I take you how to do both of these. The only thing I don't give you is the cardstock for the purple, but everything else, this background paper here, the blue and the tan, the background paper here with the bluebell papers and the butterflies, the big butterflies, plus there's even more butterflies. It's all printables that you get all of that. It's free. You get it from my website with a code. There's also some other fun stuff. Obviously, you get some options for the printed sentiment here, but also how to make the card, step-by-step video tutorials, all part of the summit. There's a free ticket. There's also an upgrade to the VIP pass. If you get the VIP pass, my inclusion for that, if you upgrade up, is a whole other class that I give you. And also all the supplies, the printables, SVGs, everything that you would need to make the cards that I make for that class is also included. So you can recreate exactly what I made for that. So, and there's all the other, lots of other fun stuff goes with that as well. So I have a graphic for that. So there's my class. See, gotta love the name of it. Flaptastic, because butterfly, flappy, flappy, flaptastic cards. So the event is February 26th through March 1st. And I will have the link because we can't officially sell it till tomorrow. I can tell you about it, but I can't officially sell it until tomorrow. So, and if you purchase, it's free if you want to do it for free. But if you purchase through my link, then I do get an affiliate sale and I make a little bit of extra money. And for this event, I am also helping on the back end. And we have a lot of our speakers. So like I'm a speaker, I'm an educator. I'm helping do the lives for all of the speakers. So I'm on the back end and I'm doing lots of like producer work with all the lives for that. So I'm helping with a little bit of it too. So, all right, those are my 2 little extra doodads. We have some more cards. We're not done yet. We have a few more. So let's get to a couple more here. So here we go. Oh my gosh, I love these. I love cards. Oh, hey, Rhonda, I did your card earlier in the class, earlier in the video. It was earlier. All right. I love cards that use up scraps. And these ones are like origami cards, but they're so much fun. So, and again, it's got a cool opening. These ones are from Patty Pfeiffer. Very cool. So here she's made a whole bunch of squares. Actually, they're rectangles. And she's folded parts of them back. So it's perfect if you've got double-sided paper where you can fold back sections. And oh my gosh, look how cool. And so you can see the double-sided paper here, and then it folds back and you can see the other one. It looks like little butterfly wings, but it's just so much fun to, and then it creates this fun like grid-like pattern on this side. What a wonderful way. And then on the inside, you can also see the other side of the paper here. And it says, may your birthday be a wonderful celebration of the person you truly are. So great way to use up your paper that has the other side, like double-sided. And it's just folding it back. And it's using strips of rectangle. So it's just, here's the strip right here. So it's using a strip and then you score it back and back. And then here's the next strip right there. And then you score this back and this back. And you just keep on doing it all the way up. Maybe I'll keep that and teach that as a class. This is how I get some of my ideas for like what I would want to teach. And then I modify it a little bit. and then I create some of the papers. All right. If you've got hexagon, or you could create a hexagon, like if you've got hexagons on your Cricut or whatever, these 2 cards here are awesome because it's all about just placing them. Now, here's the key thing. You have to place them just perfectly. That's the hard part. So she has this beautiful paper. And again, this is from Patty Pfeiffer. She has placed them on green and on white. And it says beautiful because it's like apples and strawberries. And here she's got birds and fruits. And it's just beautiful, beautiful papers. And it's these beautiful, it's hexagons. Beautiful hexa, hexapenta. How many sides are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is hexa. Okay, my son's sitting right over here, and he's like, yep, that's right. Because penta's 5, octa's 8, 7 is hepta. Septa. Is that right? What's not? 9's nona, deca. What's hepta? Hepta's 7. I guess it could go either way. I'm digressing now. Yeah. But it's really fun to see all of these fun little hexagons in here. And like here, she's added a belly band with a birthday wish. But then here we have a little message to say, and then she's added some twine. But aligning these little hexagons in here perfectly. And I like how she's gone off the page, even having some right kind of like in little corners. It just makes it look like it's even more clean. Like it's really fun how she's lined it all up. Like it's just so pretty. And the pattern paper she's used with the greens here and the whites there, matching it also with the purple in the background, really, really pretty. So if you've got some sort of like fun geometric pattern that could like land it, like Lego itself into each other, or like Tetris itself into each other like this, great way to use up your pattern papers. Very, very pretty. All right, here's another one where she had a die. It's sticking. Another way to use up your ribbon. So here's a die that says happy birthday, and it had it around with the flowers, just 2 different ways that she used the same one. So it has the ability to like lift up the little flowers. And this one she lifted it up and put a little gem in the center. This one, she just die cutted it out and left it plain and left it very kind of earthy and put a little bow in the bottom. Here she did a very contrasting color. So she did the white with the gems and put it on teal and inked the edges. Oh, I didn't open these to see if there's anything on the inside. So she put that same stamp. And then here she did a happy birthday. Sorry about that. Forgot to open. Here she put this one, instead of doing a contrasting color with the teal. So she did it on white, but she did it with an embossed background. So here you can see that really cool embossed background. It's really hard again with the white. So I'm sorry about that. But it's just like this cross hatch. It almost looks like it's straw on a crosshatch background. It's really pretty. So it's just 2 different ways of using the same die. So it's kind of a nice, pretty contrast. And here she has some more stickers. I feel like these are stickers. No, nope. They're stamps, but she's just left them kind of black. And then she's added like an embossed center to the center. Very pretty. And then open it up. She's used this die or the stamp a few different times. May your birthday be a wonderful celebration of the person you truly are. Very fun. Now, this one I thought was really cool. So very interesting opening. I love how she's got the background of the foil with this kind of very like swirly background with the foil in there as well. Now watch this opening. It opens and then it pulls down. This is such a neat opening card. And so she's got the same opening here. And then you open it up and it's got all these panels, and it's like just to kind of show it to you sideways. So when it opens, like that's just really neat. I don't know. It's just something about the way, and it's not a complicated card. If you took the diamonds off, it's just a folded card with 2 extra panels. But when it's all folded up, it's still just an A2 size card, also from Patty Pfeiffer. But those extra diamonds in there and how she's double layered it with the foil reminds me of like a very elaborate like invitation to some royal ball. Like that's the kind of the vibe I get from it. It's really kind of fun. So just really very, very cool. And I love how she's got this cool piece in here with the flowers, like just the whole element of how she's done all the paneling with the foil in here. It's very elegant. Doesn't it remind you of like some sort of like royal ball invitation? It's so cool. Happy belated birthday. Open that up. In memory of well spent life is eternal. Like, it's just such a cool, like really neat card. Okay, this is what I'm keeping because it's just such a cool card. How she's like the whole thing has been put together. Very, very neat. And then I love, these are her last couple that I was showcasing. And she's done the pinwheel cards. All these are squares layered on top of each other to create this kind of cool pinwheel. Her little gem came loose. I'm gonna move back over. So she's made 2 of them, have the button for the center. This one feels like a button, but it's not really a button. It's got a different kind of center. Popped it up, simple happy birthday, some gems in there, layered it with a background color that matches, makes it look like it's a quilt because not only did she do the pinwheel, but then she took that entire pinwheel and then she embossed it. So it makes it look like she's got like a quilted pattern to it, which is really fun because the whole thing has been embossed. So it does have that whole quilty vibe to it. And then she used that same stamp on the inside, which is really pretty. Very fun. All right, we are not quite done yet. We're getting close. All right, so here we have 2 cards, and it's a play on how to use foil. So both these cards, the paper was already foiled, but it's just kind of using the foil. So here, the world was already foiled, and she just added these kind of fun tickets and stamps, and here it says happy birthday. It could be very masculine kind of card, but it's just having fun and playing with that. This is from Trisha Denison. And then here we have this paper here. Now, this could have been done if it went through like a foil toner or toner foil, or like she had a foil toner and the background was already purple, and then she added the gold on top of that, and then so she accentuated the purple with all the background and stuff. Then she added the happy birthday on top of that, which I think is fun. And I believe, no, that one, I thought maybe this might have been removable, but it's all fixed. And just kind of keeping it simple. So letting the foil do all the work for you because it's just really kind of fun and cool. And then here we have the happy birthday, which is also kind of foiled. And then just having a contrast of this very, like, it's not a flashy ribbon. It's just very simple and very subdued because you've got so much other foil happening. You don't want to have the ribbon be super flashy as well. And the inside of this card is nice and plain. And then she has a couple other cards. These ones are fun as well because they're kind of using just background stamps and creating the background for the card. This one is creating just so much chaos because she took that circular stamp and just went all over the place in different colors, creating that background. And then she went in with, it looks like she went with like the cap, and she did it in like this translucent. So if you can see the translucent, and it's just random around here. And so she went in, it looks like she went to the insides of the circles, and she went inside some of the circles with that translucent paint. And so you can catch that translucency here and there on the insides of the cards there, if you can catch it, like right inside there. And then she put some little sequins in there as well, but it's creating that entire background. Then you have the pink, and then I think you're wonderful. So that's one way to create your stamps and happy birthday. So just creative like chaos and lots of fun colors, or using a stamp and going very grid, keeping it very, so she took these mandala stamps here and went very linear with it. So instead of going chaos and all over, it's very, very linear and very grid-like. So one here, one here, one here, like, and just keeping it very perfect and as perfect as possible. So 2 different ways of creating a background paper with stamps, but go chaos or go very like in line. To me, this is easier because there's no wrong way to do it. This is hard because if you don't line it up perfectly, like that is so cool looking if you get it just right, but man, that's hard. That takes some work. It's very, very pretty. I love it. And same colors, if you notice. And she's kept like all the stamps the same colors. It probably came from the same kit, is my guess, same stamp kit. But that is so much harder. And I feel like they get the same point across, and they're so much fun. And I love how she's got that little hidden something with the translucency inside of that card. They're both so pretty though. I love both of them. And on the inside of this card, a happy birthday across the top as well. And then she did a fun fold, which I think are so much fun. Big bright cards. Here we have a fun fold going this way. So she's just taking all these bold papers, and it's the same card where you take the front, you fold the back front over, and she's added a little something right there. This is the same thing. Again, where she's taking the front, fold it over, but instead now we have an extra panel that goes all the way across, and then she added that. So when you pull it over, there it is. So it's that same back fold fun fold card. They lay beautifully when you sit them up on your mantles. They hit wonderfully. And those are all from Trisha Denson. I keep wanting to put an I in there. And those are our cards, all of our birthday cards. So now my son and I are going to go in and we are going to swap all these cards around and they're going to start getting mailed out. So take a look at your emails for when if you put cards in for the swap, for your tracking numbers, because they're going to get sent out to you. So many amazing cards. Hopefully some of these cards have inspired you to pull out some items in your stash that you have, because there are some beautiful, beautiful cards that these amazing card makers have made. And I bet you have, I'm sure you have paper. I'm sure you have stamps, and you might have potentially some of like these cut files in your, in your stash. You have wonderful papers that you could create, or designs that you could do some of these fun folds, easy little fun folds like this, or, ribbons that you could pull out and get ideas from. The idea to do the torn paper, to get some of those torn papers. So many fun cards. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. We have more fun card swaps coming. And if you want to see some of the Valentine's cards that are coming from this card swap, go check out the other video. The link is also in the comments, so you can check that out. And again, tomorrow, I believe it's at noon Central. I have to double check. It's tomorrow. The link will go live for the Cardmaker Success Summit. The email, if you want to get like on that list and you want to get that email quickly, it will be going out tomorrow for the Cardmaker Success Summit for my card, which is that Flaptastic, because it's a butterfly, flappy, flappy. So for this one, this is my free class. I am one of many, many speakers that's part of that, but this is my class where I'm going to teach you how to make this, how to line it up. You get this is the freebie, like all the principles are part of my freebie that you get. It's going to be over on my site, so you can get that file for free. And if you upgrade the VIP, I have a whole additional class that you get from me as well. And among many, many other things, and there's giveaways, and we have speaker stuff. Like there's just so many other things. And it's the end of February when that event goes live. And if you want your Girl Scout cookies, my daughter's link is down in the information section. She'd be happy to help you with your cookie addiction. And you can get that new cookie, or you can donate to the troops. My husband would love that. I'm sure they'll be coming his direction when he gets over there. So thank you so much. Again, links for all the stuff. If you want to stay on top of everything that's coming my way, or coming down the line, for all the fun things that are coming with video content, with events that I got going on, with free files that I make all the time, printables, SVG files, all that kind of stuff. Newsletter is down in the information section, so you can get all that cool stuff coming your way. And I will see you guys again soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, everybody.